You're full. You know, at least you can look at yourself in the mirror on it and not hate whatever it is you have to go out and play every night.
Right. Like, so it can become like the artistic equivalent of like a soulless corporate job where you just kind of get sucked into something. You wind up doing it for a living. Maybe it makes you money, but you never really get to be yourself because you're sort of programmed into this thing that they've sort of manufactured.
Yes. Yeah. Well, or you ignore some other passion or talent that you have under the guise of it seeming risky or irresponsible, and try to go do this thing that seems like in your mind is the normal thing to do.
Like when Garth Brooks put on that wig and pretended to be that other dude. Remember that part?
Well,
do you remember that thing?
I do remember that thing.
Yeah, I love that.
But
I love when someone goes like, whoa, way off the reservation.
Well, I think the story was that, and I don't know if this is true or not, that there was supposed to be like a movie.
Yeah, they did a documentary. They did it behind the music.
Is that what it
about
was?
This fake guy?
But I think the idea was that we're supposed to be a movie.
There it is, Chris Gaines.
And then like this was supposed to be like the soundtrack. But I think the mistake, if there was a mistake, and I'm not going to try to discuss Garth
You're such a nice guy, Chris.
career in the realm of making mistakes. Well, you know, who am I to judge anybody on what they do? You know, I mean, particularly somebody who is as successful as he is. But
I Got Friends in Low Places.
Yeah, me too.
I love a lot of Garth's music. I'm not a Garth Brooks hater. I think that was just a colossal fuck up that I think is hilarious. And if Garth was here, I'd pull that up. Okay. And I would tell him I loved him.
All right.
And I would say, come on, dude, what the fuck were you smoking back then? Like, who talked you into this?
Well, I will say, I think at the time that he did that, he had to be into what in the world else can I do? The only way I can become more successful is if I become someone else and make them successful.
Yeah.
Like he was so successful and still is in that space that he can't be any bigger than he is.
Like Stephen King when he used to write as Richard Bachman. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. I'm not aware of this.
Yeah, he wrote a bunch of books under a pseudonym because he was so gigantic that he decided to write some books under a different name so that people would sort of appreciate the work for what it was instead of as a Stephen King book, I think, or just maybe even as an exercise.
Right. Well, I think very much that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I would look at it very much the same way. Of course, it's kind of hard when it's your face up there.
He should have put a mask on.
Yeah, something.
Should have got like Rick Baker to do him up with a fake nose. You know,
completely. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Make him like an ugly, weathered-looking, you know, saddle-worn dude.
Put a Sia wig on. And just go.
Yeah. But it was they had a behind the music story on his life story and the drugs and all the problems and the moodiness and but the music was always there and like it's a hilarious behind the music. You could watch it on YouTube. I highly recommend it.
Okay, well I will watch it on YouTube. I haven't seen that particular thing,
but he's pulled himself out of that. He had a giant long hiatus. And here's an interesting thing about Garth Brooks: you can't get his shit on iTunes.
Oh no, you have to get it on whatever his
CD or whatever.
And there's also his personally. He had something called Ghost Tunes for a minute. I think was that the name of it. It was like his own curated streaming service where you stream only Garth Brooks tunes or something like that. I don't know. I remember something about that.
Well, I think his idea is that he wants his albums played from there. It is Ghost Tunes. He wants his albums played from the first song to the last. He doesn't want like little bits and chunks. He doesn't want to sell his songs individually. This is what I believe I've read, that he thinks of his albums as like one continuous work.
And I, as much as anybody, can understand that and want, very much people to listen to things as bodies of work. But in the world we're living in, sometimes you got to let people, skip over a song here and there.
Let people do whatever they want with it. I mean, you did it as an individual. Yeah.
I don't want to control people's thing.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just a song that gets them, and that song, if you sell that song individually, that'll get them, and then maybe they'll check, all right, I'm listening to this 100 times. What else has Chris got to say?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.